Okay, we'll start off this haul with some new stuff from TBS, our Team Black Sheep. I picked up the Crossfire Microtransmitter that goes into the back of the Tyrannus, and also the nano receiver. And I'm going to be putting this into 3-inch micro that I'm not going to tell you about yet, but there's a secret project. But if you're looking for some long-range micro stuff, it'll be coming up on the channel in a few weeks. Not too soon, maybe 3 weeks to a month. Okay, I got in some new batteries from GNB. I think these are supplied by Gearbest. Okay, so it's a 550 milliamp hour 4S battery here. It's 80 to 160C. It's got an XT60 connector, and I'm going to give it a try on my ultra lightweight floss build that I did a couple weeks ago. See how it flies on this 4S battery. Should be pretty good. And I think that this will also work pretty well on other micros as well. I don't know that I'll keep the XT60. I might switch that to an XT30 at some point. But yeah, that's what it looks like, and yeah, we'll have some tests on this coming up soon. Okay, I picked up some new micro motors from Brother Hobby, and these are the 1402 8100 kV. And here's just a quick look at it. It uses the T-prop style for the props, and then on the bottom it has the 9mm hole pattern, so it'll fit pretty much anything that 11.0 size motor will fit on. This one will work on. Obviously you got the much wider stator, but it's a lot shorter, and 1402 and 8100 kV. I think that this one will do only 2S. I might be mistaken on that. It might do up to 3S. And got some pretty long motor wire here. Yeah, so it looks like it's about 150 millimeters of motor wire. Anyway, I'll have a video on this on a 3-inch build probably. That's what's probably going to be best for. And we'll see just some before and after. I think this might be a good substitute motor for the 1106 8000 kV Sunny Sky motor that's on one of my builds. I think I might swap that motor after this one. I think this one's going to be more efficient and have better battery life and possibly even more power. So definitely interested and curious about this motor, so stay tuned for a video on this pretty soon. Okay, so I got some new motors in from RC Moment. These are the Sunny Sky Edge Racing. I think these are the 2305 2480 kV. And here's a quick look at them. You got the hollow prop shaft, and you got some grooves here for gripping your prop, so it shouldn't slip. It doesn't have the open bottom design like some of the newer motors. This might be a little bit of an older motor. And you can see 2305 2480 kV. It's a pretty big motor and should have plenty of power, but it'll probably draw lots of amps. And you have a C-clip on the bottom here. And this is about how long the motor wire is. Not super long, but not super short either. You get a little bag here with the prop nuts, some washers, some screws, and it looks like a spare C-clip in there as well. Okay, just got the new Hayabusa 2.5-inch frame from Tomo Quads. So it's a pretty basic design, single bottom plate, H-style, and you got a top plate here. And I believe it's 2 or 2.5mm carbon. I'll find out in the review, but it feels fairly lightweight. You get some nice, looks like some silver-colored standoffs and nylon screws and stuff, probably for mounting the flight stack. And you also get some, I'm not sure if those are steel or titanium screws, perhaps. I'll have to find out. And you also get some 3D printed parts. Looks like arm bumpers and camera mount, and yeah, 2 different types of camera mounts it looks like. So I'll have a frame review and then a build coming up pretty soon. We got another micro frame here from Amax Innovations. I think this is a special size, a 2.3 inch prop. So it might be pretty good for those guys with a Baby Hawk, the original Baby Hawk want to upgrade. Not sure if the motors are the same size or if these are only for 11.0X size motors. I'll put a link in the description. You guys can check it out. But I think this might just be for regular motors. But I think this might be pretty good for those 2.3 inch Emax props, the new Van Micros. I think this frame will go pretty well with that. So I'm going to actually build this out with that prop in mind. And I just got another new micro Frsky receiver in. This is a D8 receiver, and this is we'll do S-Bus, PPM, and also PWM. So here's just a quick look at it. Pretty tiny. You have a little antenna here on a micro FL connector, bind plug or bind button, and then you have your PWM channels here on the right. This is extremely small, so this might be pretty good for a micro-sized plane, for example, for some of those guys that are doing micro planes and still need PWM inputs for like your servos and stuff, this might fit better than some of those bigger receivers. So you guys might want to check it out if you want to do Frsky and micro-sized airplanes. Okay, so I got a bunch more parts here from Banggood, and let's see, we got some new DOS motors here. These are the Samguk series. I think this is the, I think it's a 2207 motor. I think this is supposed to be 2800 kV, something like that. Okay, so it's 2600 kV, and see, is the size on here? And it doesn't. I'm pretty sure it's a 2207, but you might want to double check the link in the description. The reason I got this is actually a subscriber, or actually a few subscribers asked to have this review. I didn't actually know about this. They said it was like a really inexpensive motor. I think it was like 10 bucks. And if you're into 5-inch builds, this will be a very economical motor. I heard it's got pretty good power and performs well, pretty durable. It looks like it's a nice motor. Got an open bottom design there, and magnets look nice and consistent, good spacing. It does spin smooth, not too much notching. It does have a C-clip on the bottom. Got a hollow shaft up top, and just it looks like single strand copper windings. So it looks like it'll be a decent motor, 2600 kV 4S, pretty decent motor wire size. I think it's about, looks like about, I don't know, 150 to 200 millimeters. I'll have this on something pretty soon. Not sure what, but I'll do a review on this pretty soon. And I also got in the new T-Motor F40 Pro 2s, 2400 kV motor. I believe this is a 2306 or 2305 motor, 3 to 4S. And this is one of the nicer motors. I think this has like an open bottom design as well. So here are the mounting screws and the prop nut. You only get one prop nut. And a fair amount of motor wire here, should be no problem for any 5-inch build. Again, we got a hollow shaft. You got some grip here for your prop. And we got an open bottom design on this one as well. This one does have a set screw instead of a C-clip. And yeah, the motor is very smooth. Good spacing on the magnets there. It looks like they're also curved. Does it look curved to you guys? It looks pretty curved to me. Yeah, it looks like a really solid motor all around. And yeah, it just says it's 2400 kV. I think it's a 2305 motor, I believe. Okay, so I finally have the Runcam Micro Eagle in. As you guys know, I don't get stuff from Runcam directly anymore because they told me to delete one of the videos I didn't like. And I said, no thank you, and they stopped sending me stuff. So, but I still get stuff from Banggood. That's why you're seeing the Eagle now instead of like 2 months ago when they first sent it out to the reviewers. But I'm going to be reviewing this obviously, because I have, obviously for these micro cameras, there's a lot of interest in that. Okay, but here's what it looks like. Yeah, it definitely has a huge lens, much larger than most, and I think it's still an M8, but the lens itself is, actually it might be an M12 lens on these micro-sized cases here, because it's like going to be a 19 by 19 millimeter pattern for the board, so that's a huge monster size lens. Same voltage range, 5 to 36 volts looks like. Yeah, that's actually a little lower. Actually, yeah, it's 5 to 36 volts. It's pretty typical of all the Runcams. Separate OSD cable connection here. Casing looks pretty nice. Yeah, looks nice. So I'm going to have a review on this coming up pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. Okay, got another micro flight controller here, 20 by 20, but this one's special. It comes with a built-in video transmitter, which is why I have the little micro FL connector and dipole antenna. This is going to be your connection to your probably your 4-in-1 ESC. It's called the F4 SVTX, kind of a generic name. And yeah, looks pretty nice overall. I'll have a full video on this one pretty soon. Obviously, going to this, you're going to be able to save more space into your micro because you're going to combine the functions of a flight controller and your video transmitter into one single board. So this is very interesting. Okay, I picked up another micro Frsky receiver here, and I know that most of you guys are probably using the XM or the XM Plus. I think this one I've seen for as low as $5, and if you're just looking for something pretty cheap, this might not be a bad way to go. It's got a little micro FL connector for your antenna. It's a single antenna, no RSSI going back to your OSD or anything like that. It's just going to be, you know, your basic micro receiver. So if you're looking to put this into some cheaper builds, this might not be a bad receiver to check out. And yeah, I'll probably do a little bit of testing on this compared to the XM receiver. Obviously, they can't compare it to the XM Plus. It has a diversity antenna. So comparing this to the XM, see what kind of range it has, that kind of stuff might be interesting to some people. If you got questions about this, let me know. Okay, so this is not from Banga. This is from Diatone directly, and this is basically a conversion kit to convert to the new mounting style, the version 2 mounting style on the GT-R90 and GT-M3. Where they basically, before they had the video transmitter on the bottom, and now this puts the video transmitter on top. And supposedly this is going to be better overall in terms of space management and vibrations and stuff like that from the motors going into the flight controller. So if you guys are wondering what the V2 is going to be looking like, it's going to come with this, actually already pre-built with this kit. But if you want to convert a V1 to V2, this is one of the kits that you could order. I believe it's like $2. Usually all the parts look like is just basically changing the way the stack is mounted to the frame. You got your long screws, and then this is the very top part where the TBS Unify is going to be on top of that, and then you got a bunch of spacers. So I'll have a little video on how to put this into, or do a conversion on the GT-R90 and the GT-M3. And the other thing that that you're going to need for a version 2 conversion is this little solid capacitor here. It's a 470 microfarad 25 volt. This is going to be attached to the 5 volt line, and that's supposed to clean up the video noise from the TBS Unify. And I'll include this as part of this video here on the version 2 conversion.